Okay, so welcome to your class. Let's get ourselves set up in constructive rest. So make sure you've got a block, like I said, a spiky ball or some other regular ball, and then we'll come into constructive rest. So lying on your back, feet and knees hip width distance apart. If you'd like, you can put something behind your head to allow the chin to come into the chest a little bit. And hands might rest on the belly or maybe alongside the body, wherever that feels good for you. And then just take a moment to feel into the body. Just notice how things are in this moment, sensations, energy, feeling, and mood. Just witness without story, without judgment, without having to change anything. Just acknowledge how things are. And then we'll take 3 shared breaths to really come into the body a bit more. So taking a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth to release and let go. Another one like that. Letting go of thinking, planning, and then one more. Sense and feel gravity. Notice this pull on the body to anchor and ground into the support beneath you. Feel the heaviness in the feet, the hips, the shoulders, the back of the head. And see about yielding to gravity here, as if the whole front of the body could kind of melt over muscles and bones, resting into this grounded support. And then check in with the breath without changing or guiding in any way. Just notice the body breathing. Notice the rhythm of the breath and where the breath is moving in the body. Notice texture. Notice depth. And then see about softening around the areas of the breath. So inside the nose and the mouth, the jaws, the throat, the chest, and the belly. And take one hand and allow the pointer, middle, and ring finger to gather together, and then place the pointer finger on the navel and notice where the ring finger lands. So it's a couple, maybe an inch or inch and a half below the navel. And this place, this energy center, our Samana Vayu. And imagine that as we exhale, we can blow the air through that section towards the spine, and then allow the inhale to come to the area between the ribs and the hand. And then exhale like you're blowing through a tube into that place where the ring finger is. So it's this almost this circular breath, this inhale into the space between the ribs and the hand, and the exhale into that place below the navel. Continue to breathe in that way. You can have your hand on your belly or not. And it's this visual, this mental visual of a breathing tube or straw from that place of the lower belly towards the energy center of the spine. Let the breath be slow and rhythmic. And then notice that subtle awareness of the belly contracting and the pelvic floor drying up on that exhale. Notice the softening on the inhale. And then let this breathing go. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And just notice any shifts or changes, maybe in mood, emotion, feeling, inner landscape, just from this breathing and connecting inward. Allow your head to rock from side to side, guided by your breath. Movement of that cervical spine. Next time the head comes through center, take your block or your pillow or whatever you have that you can put between your knees and place it there. Heels are fairly close towards your bottom, knees and feet hip width distance apart. From here, let the palms reach out with the fingers expanded. And as you exhale, draw the hands into little fists and then squeeze the legs together. As you inhale, soften the knees and spread the fingers apart. So there's an exhale, gathering the legs into a squeeze, hands soft fists. Inhale, expand and reach fingers apart, soften knees. As you do this, notice that you have that gathering into the core and the pelvic floor on the exhale, and a softening again on the inhale. So we're training the deep, deep core. Let's do a few more like that. Similarly, we're going to move on the exhale only, but this time we'll place the hands palm down alongside the body. Press into the feet, exhale, squeeze the knees, lift the hips off the ground. If you have something behind your head, just remove that. Hold for the inhale, and then exhale to unwind, articulating the spine until the hips come back down. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, gather the thighs, press the hips up towards the sky. Hold for the inhale. And then gather the thighs, lower the hips back down. You might like to let the arms come with you. So as you gather, exhale, lifting hips to arms reach towards the wall behind you. Hold for that inhale. Gather the knees and lower the arms down, lower the hips back down. Hold for inhale. Couple more like that. Next time the hips are down, gather the legs again, but draw the knees until they're right over top the hips. You might have a bit of space at the lower back, and then shins are parallel to the ground. Reach the arms up in front of your chest like you're holding on to a big beach ball. Keep those knees squeezing again on the exhale, and as you exhale, rotate the knees to the right and the arms to the left. Hold for the inhale, let that be your pause, and then exhale, shift arms to one side, legs to the opposite side. Hold for the inhale. If you would like to keep this nice and chill, keep doing this or take a pause when you need. If you'd like to make this a bit more challenging, when the knees go over to one side for that inhale, you might straighten the legs, bend them, and then head over to the other side for the exhale. Inhale, straighten legs and bend. Exhale is your shift. Taking a pause whenever you need. Knees might come into chest or feet to the floor. See about one more each side. Knees come back to center, release the block. One hand on either knee, and we'll separate the knees, rotating femur bones in the hip socket. Change the direction, rotate the other way. So shoulders and elbows are getting some mobility here as well. Next time the knees come into the chest, let's float the hands and feet up. And then just bend them. Draw the nose towards your knees as you come into a seed ball. Head and shoulders soften back, hands and feet float up. And then feel the squeeze into the belly. Exhale, nose towards the knees. Reach the hands and feet up. And then back into that seed ball. One more time, getting all the joints working. Head and shoulders down, floating hands and feet up. Start circling out the hands, circling out the feet. Might get a little cricks and cracks. Rotate the other way. Nice, and then bend the knees, parallel the shins again towards the ground. Arms are reaching up towards the sky. As you inhale, you'll reach left leg out long, right arm, and then exhale back to center. Moving side to side, so reaching one and back to center. So only lower the leg towards the ground as low as it feels okay with the lower back. And an option is that you can keep the knees stationary over top the hips and move the arms only. And that way you're still actively using the core, but you're protecting the lower back. So it's your call. You might be taking a pause with the feet on the floor, or you might draw the knees into the chest when this is enough for you. If you're still with me, let's see about one more each side. And then come back to that starting position. Knees are right over the hips again, and shins parallel to the ground. Connect the toes, hands in your Hakini Mudra, which is that little dome shape, mudra of intelligence. And we'll open the arms and the knees, and then exhale to squeeze to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Let's do two more here. I'm going to place the feet down. The hands are going to slide underneath your head. Sorry, I'm going to put them under the head, lacing in the back of the head. Option is to keep the feet on the ground. As you exhale, scoop the belly in, lift the shoulders off the ground, little yogi curl ups, and then lower. You can keep this lift through center. You can take a pause and decide to not do this pose, or maybe you rotate to one side. So one elbow is sort of heading towards the opposite knee. If you want to make this more challenging, you can pick up your feet and straighten the legs, feet reaching up to the sky. If you're doing this twisting action, you're working a bit more on the obliques, the side of the stomach muscles. That may feel like it's enough. If you're with me, you might do one more each side. Eventually, the feet are going to come to the floor if they aren't already. Widen the feet out as wide as the mat. Stretch your arms out and then bend the elbows to hold onto opposite elbows. Start circling those elbows around by the face, out to the side by the chest, and then rotate the other way. Bring the elbows into the center, and then as you exhale, elbows will head to the right, knees to the left. Inhale to float the limbs through center, exhale over to the other side. A little warm and stretch into hips and shoulders. Come through center and release the limbs, and then roll over to one side. Use the top arm to press yourself up. We're doing our side plank, and I like to use my forearm. My hand doesn't love the straight arm situation. My wrist does not like that. So from here, you can either have the knees bent, the ankles and the hips in sort of one line with the knees soft, and use that to lift the hips up. If you're sort of amping up your practice and you know which plank works for you, you might already be in your plank. Legs might be extended. Top foot might become a little anchor. You might also scissor your legs out. That's an option. Let's go up 5 times. When you're ready, lift and reach up, and then exhale down. If you like, you can hold up the whole time if that feels better in your body. Sometimes it's nice to do that lift and then lower. Let's see about coming up one more time. Hold there. If you want to get a little crazy, you might lift up that top leg, give yourself a pause, and then release that foot down. If it's lifted, release the hips and roll on towards your belly. Let's widen out the femur bones, the size of the thighs a little bit, so that you have some space for that sacrum to move. Hands under the shoulders, tops of the feet press down, and the pelvis. Inhale to lift the chest, shoulders run down the back, elbows gather, Bhujangasana. Exhale to lower. 2 more like that. Once that's done, roll over to the other side. And then set yourself up. I'm just going to turn myself around. Set yourself up for plank pose on this side. So whatever version of plank works for you. We'll go up 5 times again. So lifting the hip up and then lower down. Or you might be holding. Might like to do that. Once you're on your 5th one, hold and reach all the way up. Maybe that top leg lifts. That might be amping up a little bit too much. Breathe here. And when you're done, see about rolling onto your belly again. And this time you're going to tent your fingers out to the side, elbows are face up. Widen those legs again, tops of the feet down. Awkward cobra, lifting the chest, the heart rises forward, look over the right shoulder. Exhale through center and down. Anchor the pelvis and the tops of the feet. Lift, look over left shoulder. Exhale down. And then one more. Lift up here through center. Let's pause and hold here. And then maybe you can lift the fingers off the ground. A little wiggle into the fingers. Squeeze into the whole back line of the body. Let the hands come under the shoulders. Release. Press up and back. Let's find tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees and hips in line. Send the top of the head and the tailbone away. We don't need to make this into too much of a back bend. And then scoop around the belly, around the spine. Hydrating the vertebra. Inhale to lengthen. And then activate the core, activate the belly to scoop the belly in. Next time you come to that neutral spine, hold. Soft into the elbows, connect with the core. So give yourself that big exhale. Wake up the core. Reach that right foot straight back. Keep the leg lifted. Stay there for a pause. You can keep that leg lifted the whole time, or if it feels okay for your toes, tuck the toes under, press back into the heel so the back calf and maybe up into the hamstring. It's a bit of a stretch. Pick up that foot, send it over to the left side, and then look over the left shoulder. So the whole right side of the body is getting a stretch and a lengthen. And then pick up that right foot, send it all the way over to the right side and place it down. Walk your hands towards your knee and come straight up. So see if you can get the ankle and your hips in one straight line. Take that right hand and bring it down to the leg. Inhale the left arm up, and then exhale over to that right side. Inhale, come back up, and then release the arm up. We'll do that one more time, a hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale over to the right, hold. Connect with the belly. Breathing here. Inhale to come up. Take that left hand, that's our gate pose. I'm gonna come down so that the left hand anchors. The right foot is anchored onto the ground too. Reach that right arm nice and long. So as you push the outside edge of the foot away, the hand away, you might get a stretch and reach a lengthen into the hip. Supported hands takes a bit more weight as you maybe lift that right leg. If it feels okay for you, right hand might reach up to the sky. So pause and hold here, or place the foot back down if that feels good. If you want to amp up your practice and make it more challenging, bend that right knee, place the right hand back towards the foot, and then push the foot into the hand into the foot, and the hip slightly forward. Don't do this if you feel anything icky in the knee at all. One more breath wherever you are. So you might still be in your modified half moon. One more breath. Wherever you are, you might be releasing foot and hand, placing that right leg down, push into the left hand to come up. Draw that knee in, hands come forward, find that nice length into the spine, and then took a look over the right shoulder to the right toes. Inhale through center, look over left shoulders to the toes. One more each side. As you come back to center, see about giving yourself a wake up into the core, that big exhale. Stretch the left leg straight behind you. Pause, hold. If it's okay for your toes, tuck the toe under, push the heel back, use your hands to push back and get a stretch into the back of the calf. Then lift that leg, stretch over to the right side, look over the right shoulder. Left side of the body getting a nice big stretch. Come back to center. Take that left leg and stretch it all the way over to the left side. Good. Anchor the foot, hand walks towards that right knee, coming up to a kneeling position. Left hand goes down to the leg. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale over. Inhale up and release. Good. One more like that. Pause and hold. Feel that stretch in the whole right side of the body. Good. Gate pose. We'll take that right arm, anchor the hand down, anchor the left foot down. Left arm might go alongside the ear. Pushing hand and foot away, you might feel that stretch in the side of the waist. And then if it's okay for you, maybe you lift that left foot up. Maybe the hand reaches up. Pause and stay there. Or that left knee bends, hand comes back to the foot. You don't have to do that. That's just a way to make it more challenging if that's what you're up for today. Your inner teacher is the best guide to listen to. Good. One more breath wherever you are. Eventually releasing, allow that foot to come down. Right hand pushes into the ground to come up, and then release the hands. Draw that leg in. Come back to hands forward and down. Your choice is child's pose or tucking those toes, press the hips up and back and find your downward dog. So whichever one is going to work best for you today, listening to your body. You might be pedaling out the feet in your downward dog, giving yourself a full body breath in whichever your chosen position is. Eventually, we're going to work our right foot between our hands. So if you're in downward dog, you'll reach that leg up behind you and then squeeze the belly, place that foot down. If you're in child's pose, you'll come up to a kneeling position and then gather that right foot forward. Whichever position, back knee is up or down, you'll gather that front foot and the back leg towards each other to lift up. Hands come to the front thigh and then eventually reach the arms up. Back knee can be lifted if that's better for your body. Hold and pause. We'll release the hands. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Clasp the hands behind you and then press back. Allow the front of the chest to be open. Squeeze shoulder blades. Back knee up or down. Release the hands. If the back knee is down, option 1 is to let the hands come to the front of the chest, and on an exhale, squeeze the belly and turn to the right. Option 2 is to let that left hand come down, squeeze the belly and turn to the right, and reach the arm up. Back knee is up or down. Connect with the core for the twist. That's going to help to release the back. One more breath. Allow the hands to frame the front foot. Shift the whole body forward. So you're getting a nice long lunge, back knee up or down. And then as you exhale, straighten that front leg, bow the nose towards the shin. Maybe you flex the front foot. And then move between these two postures dynamically. Let the inhale be the lunge, the exhale as that straight front leg. Same movement, whether or not the back knee is up or down. Next time you're in a lunge, take a pause, anchor the hands, and then see about stepping that front foot back and come into your plank pose. You might have arms straight. You might be on your knees, toes untucked. You might also have your forearms down. We're going to go to our belly after. So it's up to you how long you're here. Going down to your belly when you're ready. Eventually lower down. Allow the arms to come alongside the body, palms face up. Still that bit of width in between the hips, or in between the legs for the hips. As you inhale, you'll press pelvis down, lift the arms, lift the legs, lift the chest. Back of the neck is nice and long. Keep breathing and hold in this position. Firm and strong in that whole back line of the body. Good, one more breath. As you exhale, release. Hands shift under the shoulders. Your choice, so child's pose or downward dog. Again, a full body breath wherever you are. Inner focus, inner gaze. If you'd like to challenge yourself and you're in downward dog, you might take the right hand to the outside of that left ankle for a pause. And then change, anchoring the right hand, put the left hand to the outside of that right ankle or leg. Eventually, wherever you are, you're going to bring the left foot forward again. So you might do that by stretching the leg out behind you if you're in downward dog, or to lift up into tabletop and bring that left foot forward. Back knee is up or down. Squeeze the legs together to bring the hands to the front thigh. Find your balance. And then lift and reach the arms up. Back knee is up or down. Hold and pause. And then release the hands. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Interlace the fingers. Press the arms back. You might interlace the fingers that opposite, awkward way. Front of the chest stretching, shoulder blades together. Release the hands. Hands come to the front of the chest or to the ground. We're coming into that twist. So as you exhale, squeeze the belly. Turn towards that left side. Right hand might go down as you turn towards the left. Back knee might be lifted. Unwind when you're ready. Hands frame the front foot. So an inhale is that lengthening into the lunge. Exhale the bow towards that front shin. Toe might come into a flexed foot. And then back to that lunge. Back knee is wherever it's best for you. Dynamic and focused on breath. Next time you come into a lunge, pause. Let the hands come up to the front thigh, or put some buoyancy into the back foot and then step that foot forward. Hands come to the shins for a halfway lift and lengthen, and then exhale to fold. 2 more like that. So there's no rush to get into a forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. And then halfway lift again. Pause here. So you're in a number 7 shape, hands to the hips. Press the feet down, push the heels apart, rise with a straight spine all the way up. Inhale to lift and reach the arms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, 2 more like that. Good, last one. Beautiful. Let's keep the knees and the ankles the same distance apart. And we're going to send the hips back so the knees stay behind the toes. Connect into the core and allow the arms to lift up. So option 1 is to come into your Utkatasana and then to lift into Tadasana. Utkatasana and then Tadasana. Your other option is to come into your chair pose and then sit a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, and to lift a little bit and a bit and a bit. And do that again. Sit and then lift for 3 and sit for 3 and lift for 3. 1 more. Sit for 3 and lift for 3. Release the hands. Good. Inhale to reach up again. Exhale, hands come to the place of the heart, thumbs pressing up against the heart. Take a pause. Tadasana, inward focus. Feeling into your feet, the awareness in your feet, the stacking alignment of the body. And then release the hands. Find your ball, whatever kind of ball it is. So it might be one of those prickly balls or not. If you don't have a ball, or if you just want to amp up your practice today, don't do the foot rolling. Do a couple of sun salutations instead. Let's put, if you are doing the ball rolling though, let's go to your non-dominant foot. So if you're right-handed, you'll go to the left foot and we'll roll forward and back. Get into the massage there, it's so good. Okay, and then let's anchor the heel, place the other foot back a little bit. Bring the toes to wrap around the ball and then let the hands come out. So the fingers and the toes are going to be wide. And then as you exhale, squeeze the ball with the toes and let the hands come to little fists. So inhale, spread wide. Exhale, squeeze. Good. And as you do this, can you notice that your belly is kind of working on that exhale? So the pelvic floor is drawing up and in. a bit of training there for the deep core. This is also so good for mobility in all the bones in the foot. Let's do one more. Good, and then bring the ball to the middle of the foot and we'll do like a little dance. Good, good massage. So many bones in the foot, like 33, and we want mobility in between all of them so that they are going to be super able to adjust when we lose our balance. Let's place the toes down, the heel right over top the ball. This is for bone density. So other foot is back. As you exhale, we're going to shift heavy heel strike. Inhale the left, exhale. Let's do one more. Good, and then just a bit more of a massage here. Nice, let's head the ball to a nice little safe spot and then come back to your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Arms alongside the body, find that alignment. So knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips, and then just slide the head back a little bit so that the ears are aligned there. And then be aware. What has shifted or changed on the side of the body that you did the foot rolling? Is there any softening? Be curious. What has shifted? Open your eyes, heading over to the other side. So doing that massage on the other side. If you wanted to amp up your practice, you might go back into another sun salutation or see about holding in your chair pose for a little bit. Or maybe you're just starting to do a bit of massage on either foot with a ball. All right, once you have a bit of massage there, move the foot forward, the other one's back, the heel is down, hands come out. So we're squeezing the toes, and then the hands come into a little fist, and then spread and widen. So the toes in reflexology are responsible for head, neck, and shoulders, lots more in there as well. But what's really neat, I find, is that when I do this mobility work for the toes, I find that my neck and my shoulders starts to relax, and also my jaw. You might notice that subtle awareness of the pelvic floor and core working. Let's do one more. And then allow the ball to come somewhere on the middle of the foot. Maybe that little movement, get the hips and the shoulders going too. Yummy, yummy, yummy. With all the walking and things that we're doing because we haven't been inside at various classes, I feel our feet need this extra attention. All right, and then the heel, the calcaneus bone, it's like a little pointy bone, goes onto the ball. And when we do a heel strike, what it does is it signals to the osteoblast to turn on and to make the bone stronger. So as we exhale during a firm push, I like to do double push, but you might do a single. Big exhale. One more. Good, and then that last little roll massage. Good. Let's head the ball off somewhere that is safe, out of the way. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale to lift and reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Hands come to the shins to halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Hands come to the ground as you bend your knees, stepping yourself into plank pose. So feet are back. Take a pause. Stay in your plank pose as long as you like. Heading down to our belly, knees lower down, come all the way down. You could stay in your plank a little longer if you like. We'll do 3 cobras, gathering hands under shoulders, elbows in. Inhale to lift the chest. Back of the neck is long. Exhale to lower. Settle the shoulders down the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more Bhujangasana. Your choice as you push up. It might be child's pose. It might be downward dog. Totally up to you how you're practicing today. You know your body best. 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. Come into a forward fold in whatever way works for you on an exhale. You might be drawing feet to hands or hands to feet. Hands come to the shins for that halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale the fold. There's no rush. We'll do one more like that. Halfway lift and lengthen. This one will pause. Hands shift to the hips, elbows up. Push the feet down and the heels apart. That's going to activate the bum and the legs. Hinge up. Release the hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Keeping the hips aligned to the front of the mat, step that right foot back. Anchor the heel down, and then allow the arms to lift up. So your Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Bend into that front knee until it's right over top the ankle. Nice. Beautiful, nice and firm and strong. You can keep the back heel down if that's best for your body, and only do the arm movement. As we exhale, we're going to draw the elbows in towards the chest. Hands come into little fists, and then inhale, reach up. Back heel could lift, knee goes down, and then reach up. Draw the elbows in. Notice the belly, the core working as you do this. Remember, the back heel could stay on the ground. Let's do one more. Come back to your Virabhadrasana 1, your Warrior 1, and then open the right hand and the right foot. You might dance that right foot back a bit. Settle the hands. Left knee opens towards the pinky toe, and you have the back foot slightly turned forward, but really parallel to the back of the mat. Feel into the feet, shoulders and hips in line. Gaze over that left middle finger. Your Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten that left leg. Stretch the whole left side of the body long. Our triangle pose. Allow the left arm to come down. Right hand might go to the lower back, or it might reach up. You can support yourself with the lower hand, or maybe you don't support yourself at all and you make it a little harder. Breathing. Head turns where it feels good for your neck. Push into the feet, come up, and turn the toes to the corners of the mat, and then sit yourself down into Goddess. So the knees are over top the ankles. They're not pushing forward. They're not pushing back. Toes and knees in the same line. Sitting as low or as high as you want. Squeeze elbows and wrists together. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Connect with that core. Feel the shoulders work and the chest. Good, one more. Press the hands out, fingertips up, heel of the hands pushing away. Keep seated, but you can make it easier if you like. Right arm goes up, left down. Do a crunch to the left. Arms come through center, out to the sides. Left arm up, right down, crunch to the right. Coming through center. And then other side. So flow with your rhythm. If the arms don't end up going the same as mine, that's totally fine. Keep breathing. You can take a pause and straighten the legs, or hold with the arms out, sitting in your Goddess. Maybe you sit a tiny bit deeper. Breathe, shoulders working, legs working. Let the hands come to the heart. Lace over top of the heart, bow the head, inner focus, inner gaze. Straighten the legs, release the hands. Heel, toe together and give yourself a little shake. Good. Well, inhale to lift the arms up and then open the arms as you turn the torso towards the right. Inhale to come back up. Turn towards that left side. One more each way. Inhale through center. Exhale. Coming back through center. Release the hands. Stepping that right foot forward, left one back. Feet a bit wide apart so you can have that nice balance. Back heel down. Bend into that right knee until it's right over top the ankle. Arms lift and reach up. Soften the shoulders. Your Virabhadrasana 1, so your warrior 1. Back heel can stay down the whole time, letting the arms do most of the work. As you exhale, hands come into a little fist, gathering energy and elbows towards you. Inhale to reach up. Or add the back leg in. A little bit of a dip down at the same time as that knee bend. Connect with the core. Let's see about one more. Come back to your warrior 1. And then open that left arm and the left foot. Dance the foot out a little bit. Right knee opens towards the pinky side. Gaze over that right middle finger, shoulders and hips in line. Pause, strong, stable. Feel into the feet. Good. Straighten that right leg. Your Trikonasana. Reach forward. Allow that right arm to come down. Left might go to the back or maybe reach up. You might use a little support, or maybe you allow the hands to be free, connecting into the core. Push into the feet. Inhale, come up. Good. Release the hands. Once again, the toes are going to be out towards the corners of the mat. You're sitting back down. Good. Nice. Bring your arms to goddess. Beautiful. 3 times. You're going to straighten arms and legs. Exhale, sit down. You might be going deeper. Straighten arms and legs. And then sit down. One more time. Straighten arms and legs. And then sit down. Good. Straighten arms and legs. Release the arms. And then toe, heel together. Give yourself a shake. Nice. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, diving forward. Your halfway lift and lengthen. And then exhale, fold. This time, hold opposite elbows and give yourself an opportunity just to hang a little bit more. It might be that you bend the knees and you place the arms on the thighs. Whatever forward fold is going to be best for your body. Eventually, you're going to bend your knees, release so that you can come all the way down onto your bottom. And then you might find a prop somewhere close by. You put that, a pillow or a prop underneath your bottom so you can kind of send the sit bones back a little bit. Extend the left leg long and allow the right foot to come to the floor. Hands are going to come around the front of the shin, and then use that gathering of the shin in towards your chest to get nice and long. Beautiful. Take that right hand behind you, and as you exhale, gather in the belly, keep the length in the spine, but turn the body towards that right side. You might look over the back shoulder, but see as you're doing this that you're not overly torquing the spine, that you're letting the belly do the twist. So the belly muscles here are the antagonist muscle group 2 muscles of the spine. Unwind the head. Good. Release that right leg long. Left knee comes in. Shin is clasped with both hands, gathering in towards you. Length comes into the spine. And then as you exhale, right hand hugs left knee and you do a twist to the left. Maybe you're looking over the back shoulder. The extended leg is still active, keeping the length into the spine. Unwind the head, unwind the body. Good. Release both legs, remove whatever prop you have behind you. Find yourself in the middle of the mat, and you can always collect anything that you need that's going to let you be cozy. Maybe a blanket, a sweater, whatever you need. We're going to come down onto our backs. You can lower yourself down or keep the ankles and the knees gathering. Reach the arms out, scoop the belly, and kind of unwind to one vertebra at a time. See if you can avoid that plop. Maybe a big stretch into the arms and legs. And then placing the feet on the floor, support behind your head if you need. Draw that right knee into the chest. Flex the foot, the side of the foot goes onto the left thigh. Keep the left leg where it is for a figure four, or maybe you decide to draw that foot a little closer towards you. Draw the thigh in towards you, hands lacing around the back of the thigh. Also, if you want to amp this up and make it a little bit more intense, you might tilt the legs just over to that left side a tiny bit. If the neck and the shoulders start to have a bit more tension, make sure you prop behind the head. Focus on softening the jaws. This release for the piriformis muscle and the right glute. It is also so good for lower back pain and tension in the back line of the body. When you're ready, place that left foot down, stretch the right leg up to the sky and just lace the hands behind the back of the thigh. Don't worry about getting the leg very close to you, but think about pressing the heel up. And then just hold, giving yourself a bit of stretch in the back of the leg. And always sort of point and flex and curl your toes a few times if you like. And then pause with a dorsiflexion foot. Keeping the right hip anchoring down so that the bum cheek isn't popping up. Releasing and getting some stretch in the hamstring is also really good after lots of walking, and also good if you have lower back pain. One more breath here. We'll bend that right knee, release the foot to the floor, draw the left knee in towards you. Flex the foot into that dorsiflexion, side of the foot goes onto the right thigh. Drawing the right knee in if that feels okay, or keeping the foot on the floor, whichever is best for your body. Intensify the stretch by rocking the legs slightly over to the right side, just a couple inches, doesn't have to be big. Breathe into that left bum cheek, into that piriformis muscle. Release that right foot down. Stretch the left leg up. Remember that the left bum cheek, you want to be down. Extending the leg, hands behind the thigh, and then maybe a couple curls of the toes, sort of curl, point, and flex. Come back to that dorsiflexion, that gentle gathering of the heel up towards the sky to create the stretch into the back of the leg. And then release that leg, but draw the other knee up and into your chest. Both hands and feet reach the sky. Give yourself a little shake, a little jiggle into the arms and the legs. Oh, and on a big, big exhale, let it all go. Release arms, release legs. Come into your Shavasana and check in with whatever support your body might need. A bolster under the thighs, a block under the head. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and just let everything go. Slowly allow your breath to deepen. Draw your awareness back to your body. And take a moment to notice any shifts or changes since the start of your practice. Begin wiggling fingers and toes to enliven your body. And then maybe like a long stretch, maybe a yawn, or the knees to come into your chest. Taking your time. When you feel ready, you'll take a roll over to one side for a couple transitioning breaths. And eventually use that top arm to press yourself up to any comfortable seated position. Once you're there, you might like to have the hands on the thighs, or maybe bring your hands up to the place of the heart. The invitation is to bow your head towards your heart in a sign of gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for practicing today and for listening to your inner teacher, and gratitude to those who have brought this practice to us. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. Slowly lift your gaze. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. We bring our hands to our forehead for clarity of thought, to our mouths for purity of speech, to our heart for openness of heart. And we close with the seal of yoga.